The body of Abigail, the makeup artist who lost her life in same water that took the life of Nollywood actor Junior Pope, has been exhumed from the bank of the river and has been taken to her hometown in Akwa Ibom State for proper burial. You guys, so yesterday we reported that the body of the late Abigail was buried by the side of the river because apparently the parents, the family said they could not afford, a burial in their hometown, and they were also comments that there are things that need to be done when somebody drowns in the river before the person's body is taken out of that river area for proper burial. So if you cannot do it, you have to bury the person by the side of the river. And that was the case of Abigail. That was what happened after her father went and saw her body. They finally buried her by the bank of the river, and it created a lot of uproar from especially people from Akwa Ibom State, and Nigerians were just so sad that a young girl who was hustling, just trying to make ends meet, dies in such a tragic manner, and she couldn't even be taken back to her hometown to be buried. So I don't know if I would say luckily for the family, the governor of the state, had the news and he visited the family. And actually, when he visited the family, he made a promise to them that they would get the girl's body back to her hometown in Akwa Ibom State, and that's what has happened. They've taken her out of the ground. God, this is something, and they've taken her back to her hometown in Akwa Ibom for her proper burial. The governor visited her parents, and you could see the video posted yesterday where he paid condolence to them. He employed Abigail's elder sister, and he promised to help with the fees of the other ones, and also gave an order that the house Abigail's parents live in should be completed. People were just saying that even though Abigail had died, at least the parents, this is like some sort of comfort for them. Nothing anybody would do or say will bring their daughter back. She was a hardworking girl. She finished from university, got her hands on something, employed herself, if I would say that, and started working, and now death took her in such a tragic manner, but even with everything that has happened and the parents' condition of not being able to take her back home, at least with the governor's input, it's a ray of hope, like a ray of just a little bit, like somebody is giving you a warm hug when you are going through the toughest of times. That's what just happened for this family. Not bringing her body back home will not resurrect her or anything, but at least they know that they can wake up in the morning and where she was buried is just like somewhere they can walk to. They know that okay, her body is here with them. I can't even begin to imagine the trauma they would have faced knowing that she was at the bank of that river all their life. It's just going to be so it was just going to be so traumatic for them. So thank you to the governor for promising something and keeping to your word, because he could have promised, and when he goes back to the office, he moves some other things, but it was actually very, very fast. They just made the promise a day before, and her body has been taken out of the ground. So it's so good to see that they actually made a promise and did not waste so much time in fulfilling it. I know that this will, at least her family will just feel a little bit of comfort. You guys, this is just so sad. We just hope that this will just make them get a little bit of closure, because I know that Abigail was just trying to work to make ends meet, to cater for herself and her family too. It was just so sad to see how this promising talent lost their life in this very, very tragic manner.